Awesome. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching this from. Welcome to Base West Africa Agentic Landmine Show. Uh, today, today I and my partner Israel, also known as Tech Remide, we'll be talking about AI agents. Of course, as you can see, it's one of the growing uh, aspects in the ecosystem right now. Um, Joining us today is Erik Reppel, the creator of x402, and Julian maybe. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Julian maybe, right?
It's fine.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So um, I think I'll leave it up for Israel to introduce our speakers. Then we get right into the talk for today.
All right, Jam everybody. Welcome to the show. Today we have with us Eric, the creator of x402, and he leads engineering for the Coinbase development platform. And we also have with us Julian, who is an ex-principal engineer at Moniepoint. We're super excited to have two of you here today.
Thank you.
Hey guys, excited to be here.
All right. So before we get started, can we just get a bit of idea of like what your week has been like? I mean, so far. I mean, it's just Tuesday, but like, how's the week been so far?
It's pretty good. It's a beautiful day in San Francisco, but I have like really bad allergies today. But no complaints.
Mine has been more of a regular work week. Just just the grind as usual. Trying to chase these deadlines and get stuff done. So yeah, but it's been a good week so far.
Speaking of deadlines, do you have something you're working on currently? Uh, I mean, uh, our audience will not mind if you do a little kind of a little introduction, personal introduction of yourself. Like, what have you done in the past, or what are you currently doing? Are you building something? Uh, I mean, our viewers won't mind to get to know that information from you yourself. So yeah, let's get right into it. I think I'll start with Julian. Julian, can you hear me clearly? Okay.
Hello.
Okay, Julian, can you
Sorry,
hear me now?
I lost you for a bit. Yeah, I can hear you. I lost you for a bit. Yes.
Okay. So I was talking about can you give us an extensive introduction of yourself? What you do currently, or what have you done in the past? You
Oh yes. So I mean, I did much of my professional career at Moniepoint. Though I left Moniepoint last year. We built uh, tons of products in the financial services space. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Yes. So I built tons of products in the financial services space, payments, settlements, reconciliation, disputes handling, all of that stuff, right? So we built a lot of infrastructure that Moniepoint uses today for uh, those kind of services, even for loans as well. And as at last year, I left Moniepoint to focus more on artificial intelligence and blockchain. Basically, you can call it decentralized AI, but we've been doing a bunch of research in that area for about close to about a couple of months now, and we have should I say, a system we're building at the moment, which is currently we're still building it, so we don't yet have anything to demo or show. But the core idea in what we're building is just basically a system that makes it easy for people to make money with AI agents on the internet. I think that's the summary of what we're building. And so we're making some headway. I think there'll be tons of similar products in the future because AI agents are becoming quite popular. So, agents are moving from just carrying out simple tasks to also becoming like real economic participants. And so if we have agents participating in economic activities on the internet, then, creating that system that makes it easy for people to work with these agents and potentially earn rewards for whatever value these agents can provide on the internet. So that's kind of like what we're focused on at the moment. Did you get that?
Yes, thank you so much, Julian. I think we'll move over to Eric at the moment. Hi, Eric.
Hey.
So we want to hear more about your background. How did you discover X402? What are you working on currently? Just a little, a deeper introduction into yourself. Like, let's get to know you.
Yeah, so I lead engineering for Coinbase developer platform. I've been back at Coinbase for about a year, and really like what we're trying to do with Coinbase developer platform is make it easier for developers and companies of all sizes to build products and services using crypto. X402, I discovered it when I built it, I would say. But no, it's a very old idea. X402 is, or the key insight behind X402 is a very old idea. Like people have been trying to put payments on the internet since like the 80s, and it just hasn't ever been the right time because the tech hasn't been ready. But now with modern blockchains and stablecoins, you now actually can move money at the speed of the internet. And so these days, I largely work on kind of a split of X402 stuff, and then kind of my what I jokingly refer to as my day job of running engineering for Coinbase developer platform.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Eric, for that intro. So I think I'll leave it up for Israel at this point.
All right. Thank you very much. Eric, so this is for you. So in the past year, we have seen the CDP team ship a couple of products from agent kits to X402, and very much recently, of course, agentic wallet, right? So I'd like to ask, what do you see as the future of AI or this AI agent on the blockchain, on Base specifically? I mean, what do you like envision that future to be like?
Yeah. So maybe to give a bit of background on those three products. So Agent Kit it's a library for developers to be able to build agents with a wallet. And so if you're a developer and you're building an agent to go and do any task, you can build a wallet into that agent. And that's great. But what we noticed is that there's only so many things that an agent could do at a point in time. And so we realized we need a way for agents to be able to pay for goods and services, and we need a way for agents to be able to pay other agents. And then that led us to build X402. And that's been, a roaring success so far. And then what we realized is we need to lower the barrier of entry to getting a wallet for non-developers. And so if you're not a developer, how do we get you a wallet? And everyone kind of in the 18 months since Agent Kit came out, the trend has kind of gone from people building their own robust bespoke agents to people using Claude or ChatGPT or Claude Code or some primary agent, and then that's kind of their daily driver. And so how do we give people's existing agents a wallet so they don't have to think to a new agent in order to use the benefits of crypto and X402? And so I think I think where we're going is crypto is really good at solving a couple of different problems. It's very good at solving the trust problem, in that it's very easy to verify kind of lineage and association. And so you know that if an agent has access to a wallet and if I have Erik.eth, if I've had my Erik.eth wallet sign to indicate that that an agent is my agent, you can be confident that that's my agent. And then blockchains are very good at solving consensus problems and moving money. And so you have this kind of how do you learn about all the agents? And so I contributed to a standard called EIP 8004, which is a standard for identity and discovery of agents. And so agents can post like a proof point to the Ethereum blockchain. And then anyone can go and index that data and then get access to kind of like a registry of all these agents and have some kind of trust signals about those agents. And so I think that there's a world where like we end up identifying, discovering, and then facilitating payments using blockchains and crypto.
Mm-hmm. Hello? Are we together? Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I...
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry. I think that's on me. My internet actually tripped. Thank you so much, Erik, for your contribution. So over to you, Julian. So, what do you think about AI agents? What use cases do you see AI agents bringing up in everyday life? Like, what could they do in everyday life? How can they make life easier for farmers, for developers, for designers? What do you think about the future of AI agents?
I mean, we can assume that the intelligence of these agents will continue to improve because these agents they tend to be powered by AI models. The AI model is like the brain or the reasoning layer, but and right now we've seen a lot of improvements in these agents. I think those improvements could continue, but more importantly, I do believe that it will be easier and cheaper for more people to get access to agents, intelligence generally. I do believe there's a possibility that at some point people will be able to run and host local intelligence. And when all of this tech becomes easier and cheaper, you can now start to think about what they can do for regular people. And think about it, like the average person, the average knowledge worker in the past 1 year or so, their workflow has completely changed because of AI. Most people have AI embedded in their workflows, and this is happening across industries. So you can envision that it will continue to happen, and the technology is quite impactful. So for regular people, AI is going to really make it easier make the regular people more productive. If you think about what AI does to the regular person, it gives you just a lot more power to do stuff, right? So it's now a question of what can you do, or what ideas can you bring about, what ideas do you have, what's your level of taste, what level of creativity can you bring? Because I think that's still the human element. That's still the element that we'll need to bring. So generally speaking, the connection between people and machines, I think it will continue to grow. We rely on computers for a lot of things, our phones, our laptops. We use them for basically all our tasks, and I think that would continue to happen. So as these models improve, we would be able to offload more tasks to them, especially tasks that involve a lot of grunt work, and we will then focus more on providing intent and maybe reviewing and evaluating what the agents are doing. In time, I also hope that even the need to review and evaluate what the agents are doing will also become less, and they can be autonomous, at least to the degree of the degree that we allow. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. Are we together? Israel.
Yes, 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 we have. I think
All right.
his net is acting up. Okay. All right. So Eric, this is for you. So for X402 specifically, I'd like to know, was it built with agentic payments in mind, like from the go, or like the actual intent was, say, just payment over the internet, like HTTP? And are we going to see X4 to expand beyond just payments using like crypto rails? Like, are we going to see some sort of, okay, I mean, I can use X4 to make payments with cards and some other form of payment just beyond like crypto?
Yeah. So X402 is, I mean, the short answer to both questions is yes. The longer answer to the first is AI agents are just programs. Like AI agents use HTTP and, they just are kind of like, they're just regular programs. Anyone who's built an agent realizes that an agent is just like a while loop that calls to an LLM occasionally and calls some tools. And so I designed X402 to just be as easy as possible for computers, machine-to-machine payments, or computers to pay other computers. And the like side effect of that is that you get a really natural payment rail for agents. And so I wanted to make something that worked not just for agents, but for like all internet-enabled programs. And the reason you want that is because like you want agents to be able to pay other agents, but you also want agents to be able to pay an API or pay, for access to an article or pay for a pair of shoes or whatever your use case is, right? And if you kind of start with just agent-to-agent payments, like you actually miss like the broader agentic economy. And then the second one is, yes, the X402 from the start was designed to be payment network agnostic. And we started with stablecoins and blockchains because it's kind of the easiest, most open access way to move money globally. But we're actively working with several large players to add support for cards and other methods that people have access to more commonly.
All right, thank you so much. So, Julian spoke about building something earlier. So, would like to hear extensively on what you are building and how can people
Okay.
interact with it. Yeah, let's talk about
I
that.
mean, I'll share it to the degree I can because like I said, it's not a ready product right now, and so it's mostly we have ideas that we're pushing. I think we have clarity on what we're trying to do. It's very much related to an existing crypto project called BitTensor. I don't know, maybe some of us might have heard of BitTensor, but what BitTensor is trying to do is basically use crypto to incentivize um, people across the internet to contribute like resources, um, GPUs, compute, and data, and all kinds of resources, and use crypto tokens to reward them when their resources are utilized. So we're kind of building on that infrastructure, but we're trying to create an experience that would be very seamless for a regular person who isn't savvy with crypto or knowledgeable about any of that. So the end goal is that really you join a platform, you are assigned an AI agent, which is part of like a larger economy, and this agent gets to work on your behalf and makes money for you in different cases, and you just get a wallet that the agent pays into. So that's the experience we're working towards. Did you get that?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So, if in layman's terms, right? Because I know people who are watching us, both technical and non-technical. So if I'm correct, if the user is signing up on your platform as a human, you get to hire an agent that works for you with your money, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Do you have an ETA for when the MVP would be ready?
Oh
So
yes.
viewers can have a time frame when they are expecting a full product.
Oh yes, we're looking at a few months. We're already in March, so give it like 2-3 months. That's what we're targeting. We have a development team that's working on it, and so we are actively pushing it and watching the landscape, because it's the space moves really fast. Every week there's one new innovation or one new thing coming up or the other. But really we're focused on what we're doing, because it's not really competing with anything. I think platforms like this, there'll be several versions of these platforms in the future where people can just take their agent and add them to different platforms to make money for them. And the infrastructure for all that right now is being built. We're just trying to play our part in it, really.
Awesome. So Eric, before we go away, I have one last question for you. So, what do you think is the biggest bottleneck preventing mass adoption of agents currently?
That's a great question. I think that the form factor that consumers use for like talking to LLMs is quite good. Like, Claude, ChatGPT, it's quite good, and it's quite like understandable to a non-technical person. But I don't think we yet have that for like a more agent forward experience. Like, what is the difference between ChatGPT and an agent? It's really like agents operate in the background and agents run more autonomously, and they kind of are less like you in the loop. They're kind of like more async first, where they like do stuff for you and then you come back to you. And I don't think anyone has really nailed that product experience yet. It's like setting up OpenClaw is like a pretty arduous experience if you're someone who's never seen a command line before.
I mean, that's very true. That's very true. Julian, do you have anything to say in addition to what he said? What do you think would be the biggest bottleneck in preventing mass adoption of agentic systems today?
Yeah, I think it all ties to user experience. So the average person, the regular person, is not trying to get their head wound up in a lot of technical stuff. They just want something that solves their problem, something that gives them a service. And so really the key point in all this is whatever systems we're building, even as technical people, we need to be sure that we make it with the experience, user experience that we're bringing makes it easy for people to come on board, use these tools, and just have like a very seamless experience.
Awesome.
So that's going to be play part in like the average person interacting with these tools and getting comfortable with them.
Yes, I know I said that was my last question, but something just popped my mind. A lot of people have this will I call it a stereotype that AI, I mean, in the surge of AI, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. So do you really think AI will replace certain roles in crypto, or do you think it's there to augment them? I just need your thoughts on it, Eric and Julian. I mean, you can both answer the question.
I think that like there's a lot of history here to like go back and look at, right? And so if you look, people don't remember this, but computer used to be a job title, not a physical device, right? Like when back before we had computers as we know them now, businesses would have these like rooms of computers, which were basically people whose job it was to just do math, like add numbers and generate reports. And they had like, if you've ever seen, there's like Excel existed as a concept on paper before it did as a program. And so now like there are no more like human computers. Like everyone just uses like a regular computer, right? That job has disappeared. But now we ended up with like how many new types of jobs? for like the world in which computers exist, right? And so I think there's like kind of two schools of thought. One is like, okay, were there more? There's a kind of like the doomer, like AI is going to take all your jobs view, which is like, okay, we used to have tons of horses when horses like were the way that people transported themselves, and then we got cars, and now there's way fewer horses. And so thus, like, if AI replaces us, will there just be fewer jobs? Or there's the view of like, okay, well, we used to have like human computers who would just like sit in a room and do math all day. There are none of those left, but like people still have jobs. And I think that I think what work looks like is going to change. That is certainly true. And like some jobs may like disappear, but I think that there's no lack of demand for human ingenuity and creativity. Like these LLMs at this point are like incredibly capable at doing like fairly rudimentary tasks, but they're still bad at things that humans are good at, like creativity, like social connection, like being able to contextualize a problem, like being able to, market and brand and like, get other humans to understand something. And so, I suspect we'll see like a change in what jobs exist, but I don't think that there's going to be like everyone is now mass unemployed.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I mean, if you are watching us right now, you can agree with Erik. I mean, personally, my efficiency, speed actually increased when I started, integrating AI in what I do. So I don't think I know roles would definitely reduce, but like you mentioned, AI agents might not be able to. I don't know, but I'm seeing a future where AI agents would be able to market products to make humans understand it. By the way, so Julian, do you have anything to add to what Erik has said?
I mean, like more and more, humans will lean more into like our strengths and things that we can do better than the AIs, and the AIs will do the things that AIs can do better than humans, right? We will always find stuff to do, and you know, even like Erik said, there's really there's like near infinite demand for human ingenuity and just the creativity that we bring. So even till date, like doing even when I'm doing coding sessions with maybe Claude or Codex or what have you, it could spit out a bunch of code, but the high level understanding, the ability to like make certain decisions based on context or nuance, or just having that deeper sense of what the right thing should be. Sometimes AI doesn't quite hit the mark, even though you could give it all the prompts and all the context it does. And so, you just, right now, we still have that bit of gap where if you really know what you're doing, yes, AI can enhance you, but it doesn't really replace a quality person right now. And even for the longest time, I doubt it will. I think quality people will always be quality people. They'll always know what to do. They will always have deeper understandings of problems, and they'll be able to add value in any way. So AI could just enhance that. But I would say to anyone that there's still need for people with depth, people who can add value. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so
Mm.
much. Thank you so much. Israel, do you have anything to say before we call it a day?
All right, yeah. I mean, we're almost 30 minutes in. So, Erik, just before you go, I mean, we've been talking about AI agents and the blockchain. So, like, what's that one solution that you would like to see? I mean, when it comes to AI and blockchain, I mean, today, like, what's that one solution that you think, I mean, people are not looking into, that you expect, I mean, that should have been out there, but like, people are not really looking in that direction?
I get asked this all the time, and I say the same thing every time, which is I think that people need to make more interesting things on the demand side. Like everyone wants to build for developers. Go build like an app that uses AI and crypto under the hood that like your cousin would find interesting or your mom would find interesting and valuable. Like go and build like go and build products for like real people that solve real problems. I got to jump, but it was great to meet you guys and to spend some time. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so
It
much.
was great meeting you too. Take care, Eric. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you so much, Julian. Thank you for that, Israel. A huge thank you to our viewers who are
Sorry,
spent.
so sorry, please. Just before we go, if Julian would add like 18 or two. I mean, regarding like when it comes to like agents, AI, and the blockchain, what's like that one solution that you would like to see out there? I mean, that you feel like people are not really looking into building. Like, I mean, I mean, at this point, you feel like there should be something that does something like this, but like it's just not there yet.
I mean, the solution I think that should exist now is one I'm currently building. I think the core idea, which is what I mentioned, is like the user experience, and it's kind of similar to what Eric was trying to say, where like your average person, whether it is your grandma or your uncle or just like someone who is a complete non-technical person, can really just get an experience that they're happy with. And really, in part of the world where we are, which is Africa, like one of the primary most important things is survival, or like having money, or like just money to cater to your basic needs. So if we could have, now that we have AI agents that are coming in, if we could have agents that can legit work for people and make money on their behalf and give them a very simple experience, I think that could actually be pretty valuable in this part of the world. So systems that you can build to make that happen, and the user experience that you can create to make it just easy for the regular person, I think that's where the real value is now.
All right, thank you very much for that.
Hmm.
Awesome. Thank you so much to our speaker, Julian. Thank you for your time. And yeah, I know Eric is not here, but I'm so grateful for the time we've had with us tonight. We really had interesting, inspiring conversations, and of course, thank you for every one of you that joined us. I think we had about 160 persons join us live on this call. Um, there's one thing you should take away from today's session is we are. I feel like we are still early. The intersection of AI and blockchain, especially agentic systems, is opening up a complete new design space, and opportunities ahead, of course, are massive. So we are not just doing this once at a time. We'll be hosting different sessions of the agentic landmine. So make sure to follow Base West Africa X account on Twitter to get updates on our next session. And if you need any assistance, we are building anything around AI agents on Base in Africa as a whole, and you need support, you need assistance, you can always reach out to myself using DeFi Devrel on Twitter or on Telegram. And of course, you can reach out to my partner, Tech with Mide. And that's its handle on X and on Telegram as well. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. I remain DeFi Devrel, and this has been Base West Africa Agentic Landmark. See you on the next edition. Thank you.